The topic of this video came to me when my wife and I bought our tickets for Avengers Doomsday yesterday, which we're super excited for. And we said, hey, let's watch some of the movies. Let's start watching the movies again, especially because she hadn't really seen the whole Infinity Saga. So right now we're currently on Captain America, the Winter Soldier, right? Forgot how good these movies are. And we're so excited for Avengers Doomsday, and we're excited for the future of it all. Especially when I was explaining to her how the fact we're going to get, Ghost Rider, Black Panther 3, X-Men, the X-Men cast got announced. It was just a whole bunch of amazing stuff, guys, a whole bunch. And it hit me when I was talking to her, because she was like, oh, well, do you like all Marvel movies? And I say, there's some good ones and there's ones that are bad. And a hot take I really want to have, guys, and something that really hit me was, I personally feel, especially when I'm looking at stuff, the Marvel movies went downhill when I think they realized they had no real competition. Okay, now hear me out on that. Just hear me out. Let's start off with like the mid 2010s. Man of Steel came out, then Batman vs Superman, then gave way for Justice League, and I feel like that's like when Marvel was like really putting in time for the movies. I understand that these movies were already in development years and years, but I am one of those people who firmly believe, every single competition has an insider on the way. You know what I mean? But I feel personally, once they realized the DCEU was going to sink, as well as the Dark Universe that Universal was doing, and with every other movie universe just failing, I feel like Marvel just kind of said, okay, cool, now what can we do? And it made them realize they put themselves in the corner with some of the movies they made, especially when it comes to phase 4 and so on and so on, because they are more now looking at making different heroes, which I was super excited for, especially with like Shang-Chi, or like when Falcon took over as Captain America. There was like a lot to it, guys, and I thought those were so cool, especially with everything was, and I just feel like that Marvel kind of dug them in a hole, and they're like, okay, cool, now what are we going to do next? What type of movies are we going to make? What type of shows are we going to make? And they just kept on going, like, for instance, I feel like when it comes to the movies, like, for instance, Shang-Chi, great. The Marvels, just the shows were okay. For sure. I never complained about WandaVision. Never complained about Falcon and Winter Soldier. Definitely didn't complain about Wonder Man. But some of the other shows, I was like, did we need this? Did we not need this? And I understand, they're trying to build this universe based off more different heroes. Hot take here, She-Hulk wasn't that bad. I'm going to tell y'all that right now. Y'all can hate me for that. She-Hulk wasn't that bad in my opinion. But when I look at stuff like this, it makes you wonder, what were they thinking in that writer's room? Yeah, sure, let's try to get new heroes out, because we can't keep relying on the big six. The big six, obviously, were, Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, Hulk, Black Widow, and Hawkeye. They realize they can't just keep relying on them, and they need more stuff out there, Like, I firmly believe, especially when it comes down to, I want to say, Hulk. Like, for instance, Hulk. They can't really do much with Hulk. They really can't. Spider-Man 2, they can't really do much as well. But the other heroes, I just feel like they could do a lot, My biggest issue right now is Blade. And I apologize if I'm rambling, but this just came to my mind. Especially with Blade right now. Like, we knew Blade was going to be Blade, 2018, 2019. And they haven't done anything with him. Yeah, he got a cameo, like a voice cameo in Eternals, but nothing came from that. And from until, the actors is no longer playing him. And it sucks, because this is something a lot of fans were excited for. A lot of fans were like, oh, yeah, you can't wait. And I don't know what they're going to do next, especially for Blade, because Blade, to me, is like one of the hottest characters that people want to see in the MCU so far. And, when it comes to other heroes and stuff, I just feel like they just need to start looking in more. And something that I feel like definitely can solve their problem is, let's not give someone like Agatha her own series. Now, do I think some people liked it? Yeah. Did I like it? No, not at all. Not in one bit. I feel like this could have been, they should just gave this to any other person. I wouldn't have had mine if this was like a Speed and a Wiccan show. You know what I'm saying? Or this would have been what Vision Quest should have been. Or they had to take time and do Armor Wars like they said they were going to do, which kind of find out, I don't think they're ever doing it anymore. I think they might save it to make it a new Tony Stark movie when a reboot happens. But I just feel like when we see these type of things, they don't really know what they're doing next. Now, I understand there was a method to it, especially because, we got to see Wiccan in it and stuff like that, but I just don't see the point of what they did. Now, I firmly believe that Vision Quest is gonna be great. I feel like Vision Quest is gonna be great, but I think with Marvel they really got to realize, hey, what heroes, what villains can we work with here? You know what I'm saying? Agatha, I feel like, it was okay, but if you want to give like a villain a show, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, the Wrecking Crew. I know they're Thor villains or they're count as Marvel villains, but they're cool. I like them. I feel like you guys could have gave a show to Darkhawk. I've been saying it for years. Could even given a show to the Shi'ar Empire. They could have made like some type of Game of Thrones stuff, which no one even knows the Shi'ar Empire. You could have made it like a Starjammer show somehow, some way. Or you guys could have even done, like, I don't know. I'll give you a good example here. You guys could have done a Mephisto show where we see how Mephisto's different things do. Like, you know, just something crazy, guys. And I know those aren't the best examples. Just like came up on the top of my head. And I just think Marvel needs to, after like Doomsday and Secret Wars, hey, let's look at what we can do next for sure. Not just, you know, kind of how affected it was Endgame. We're like, okay, guys, this is like, we're focused on the next generation and let's speed it up. And I feel like that's what they're doing. They were trying to speed it up and trying to make these heroes bigger and important, such as the next generation. Now, I understand like that things were changing, Kang Dynasty happened, but for instance, did I feel like we needed to wait almost 8 years for a new Avengers movie? Probably, but I feel like they could have done it where it is setting up the new Avengers. Hell, it could have been Armor Wars, you know what I'm saying? And like, I just feel like we are setting up these new characters for them all to get rebooted, and yeah, I mean, it's cool, I guess, but it sucks when you look at the fact that some of us kind of got excited. Like, for instance, I would be bummed if when the reboot happens, Sam's no longer Captain America. I get it, he's been going back and forth in comic books, but he's currently Captain America, which he should still be Captain America. Even after comic books, I know you guys want Steve, but we can have two captains. For instance, we are all going to be excited when Iron Man comes back, but I feel like Robert Downey Jr. was the best Iron Man. There's going to be comparisons, going to be like, oh, well, no one can outplay him, you know what I mean? Benedict Cumberbatch, you know, like things I'm just naming just to name. Mark Ruffalo and Scarlett Johansson. I don't think we're ever going to see another Black Widow. Yeah, now we have a new Black Widow, obviously, but not the Scarlett Johansson Black Widow. And I think we got to look into, hey, like, yeah, like, let's do this reboot, but let's play it smart. Because you can't just say, oh, yeah, this is a new Iron Man movie, here you guys go. No, do something with it and be big about it. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, how do you guys want things to go when that is time, guys? Let me know in the comments.